the law is so broad that, in my opinion, if you read it plainly, everyone who does business with wood can have their products seized. There is a reason they can use to apply this law and its draconian principles regardless of who you are. And that is frightening. It was about 10 a.m. and we were in the middle of a presentation, and I got an emergency phone call, and the person at the other end said that Homeland Security was raiding our plant with armed agents and had evacuated the plant under gunpoint. I thought it was a joke. It's just not possible. But it was pretty clear that it was no joke. It was very much like being a Colombian narco dealer. That's the way we were treated. It was aggressive. It was, offensive, intimidating, and intentionally so. On top of the raid and the damage that incurred as a result of that, they wrote a letter immediately saying that not only, are they investigating, further problems, but we couldn't touch anything in the factory. Everything that we touched would be considered interfering with the government investigation, and every guitar we touch would be a separate criminal activity. So, well, that shuts the business down. The sound of the letter is any employee that touched it would go to jail. And so how could you in good conscience allow employees to continue to work? Because our production was disrupted, and we had no raw material stock, we couldn't ramp up production, and therefore we couldn't hire people. We just bit the bullet and kept people working that were already employed. Interestingly enough, I have not been accused, nor have I been threatened with prison. They were threatening people who worked on an hourly basis. Having worked in conservation, I knew roughly what the Lacey Act was. But frankly, the Lacey Act had nothing to do with wood products up until an amendment was passed in 2008. So that was literally a few months before the first raid. I wasn't aware of the amendment. I wasn't aware of the details of that amendment or the law because it was so new and it was not publicized. There is no way to guarantee being in compliance with this law. That is frightening. People hear, you're under federal investigation, and they think, well, there's smoke there, there's got to be fire. These guys have got to be doing something bad. Why would the feds come down and raid them? And that's what I would think, too. I don't blame people for that. I think that there are various size hammers for various size problems. And the criminal hammer is one really big hammer.